All right. What's your big news, Kathy?
Hey man, I'm gonna be a grandmother.
Oh, congratulations.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's
it's
awesome.
it's very exciting. It's heavy. There's some background with my daughter. She had a bout of cancer, and none of the eggs were salvageable. And they were talking to a friend about the situation, and she offered to donate an egg. And
No.
so she's been pregnant for, well, I think she's uh, first trimester, just about done, and waited to announce, but it's very exciting.
Oh, how lovely.
They're going to
Wow.
be
Congratulations.
great
Yeah.
parents. So
Congratulations to you and your family. That's
Yeah.
amazing.
thanks so much. Yeah, it's pretty wild.
It is pretty wild. It is. That's crazy. That's awesome. Well, with that being
Be a
said,
grandma.
Yay.
all right. Well, with that being said, welcome to the Hypothetical Comedy Podcast. I
Thanks
am
so
Funky
much for
Sam Medina.
having me.
You're very welcome. I am Funky Sam Medina.
And I am Athena Rodriguez.
And we're here with comedian Kathy O'Brien. Hi, Kathy.
Hello.
It's so good to see you on a Zoom again. We haven't seen you on a Zoom in so long.
I know, and likewise, I'm
Yeah.
assuming hypothetical is getting back up and running.
Yeah, well, we've kind of never really stopped, but we did, but we didn't, We just kind of took
Okay.
everything off the internet, off the Facebook stuff, I guess.
Oh,
We
okay.
did some shows in person after the pandemic. We haven't done them in a while just because it's hard to lose money doing comedy shows sometimes
Yeah.
Yeah.
and things like that. But the podcast is up going again, and we're just trying to get back out there and do a lot more comedy and just kind of, shoot our shot with the world.
Yeah. Well, if there's any online stuff, I'd love to know about it.
Oh, of
Okay.
course.
We were thinking about like getting the old, crew back together every once in a while on Zoom and just doing some little online Zoom open mics or something, or even the afternoon delight. I don't know if you remember that,
Yeah.
if you were
Yeah,
doing that
yeah,
or not.
yeah.
Awesome, awesome. Yeah. So we were thinking about doing that because we do have the Zoom plan now, Might as well get our use out of it.
We re up.
Yeah. I was told when I signed in that I no longer have the I guess the business Zoom plan, and I'm like, that's fine with me.
Exactly.
Right. Well, I mean, if you're paying for it, then you better find out why you don't have it.
Yeah. Exactly.
That's cool. So how have you been?
Good, good, good. My pretty big news is
Yeah.
that I quit drinking. And
Oh,
Oh,
congratulations on that too. How long has it been since you quit drinking?
it was early November.
Okay.
congrats.
Was
And
there was there like, oh, go ahead, I'm sorry.
well, I mean, it's been so good, and I didn't know what to expect. But it just hasn't been a I feel like $1 million. I mean, I'm
You look
eating super clean and just drinking tons of water and fruit juice and and I'm around people drinking all the time. I just went to Mexico and my family, big old drinking tequila and mezcal.
it.
Um, it's just not a problem. And so that's cool because I thought, yeah, I'm going to crave, and I have not whatsoever. So
Wow.
I just feel so much better. I'm like, why didn't I do this like a long time ago? But
Yeah. Why didn't we all do this a long time ago?
yeah,
It's just but that's cool. Congratulations.
thanks.
So was there a reason why you decided to stop drinking, like, or is it just for your health?
Um, yeah, it was mostly for my health. I wasn't really feeling well, and it was sort of the common denominator of why I might not be feeling all that well. And have- I just I've thought, I'm tired of this.
Yeah.
I just I want to go see concerts and have a full good memory of them. I mean, it wasn't like really that bad, but I got tired of myself.
Yeah.
And I just uh had read a lot of stories about sobriety and how wonderful it is. And I just decided I didn't want to put poison in my body. I totally get, people drinking and, uh, you know, and it's good, but I just didn't usually stop at one. So,
Yeah. And I know a lot of us comedians during the pandemic time, I'm sure we all ramped up our drinking. I know I did in that time because it's so easy. You don't have to leave your house, you don't have any responsibilities. You
yeah,
just log on to a computer and you're good to go. So yeah,
yeah.
I can see how that, can
I
kind of be
did
a cycle.
I don't do very many live mics, but I did one in December at a brewery of all places.
Nice.
Um, and it went really well. There's just things where, I'm a writer and I'm like, is there going to be a difference in my writing or my comedy? And, uh, it hasn't changed all that much.
That's
Um,
good.
but
I
it
know
was,
for me, and not so much like being drunk per se, but like even if I have like one beer, like it throws off my timing and I slur my
yeah.
words a little bit and stuff like that. So I definitely try to go up on stage sober.
Yeah, I think it's important because I mean, I wouldn't drink all that. I would definitely have like a couple drinks. And
Yeah.
I don't think it's helpful. I think you got to be on top of your game.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
So,
Mhm. Mhm.
yeah, I'm digging
That's
your
cool.
do, Sam. I don't know. Has it
It's
grown out a little bit or
Yeah, a
something?
little bit. I cut it really short,
Yeah.
like a year and a half ago or whatever. I still do the joke about it, which is great. I love the joke. But yeah, it's due again to be cut. It's just, I got that Justin Bieber hair going
No,
now.
it's circa Sam in the pandemic in the
Oh,
beginning.
kind of. Yeah, it is actually kind of beginning pandemic.
I like it.
I grew the
It's
hair out for 5 years.
wow.
I know. I don't want to do that again. I might just do it out of being lazy.
Yeah.
So,
I never get
Kathy,
my haircut. I'm like, all right. I mean, maybe
yeah.
once a year. I don't know.
I hate it. I hate the process of doing it. I hate sitting in the chair and having like somebody touch my head and shift it and stuff. It's funny because when I was a kid, um, when my mom would be like, I'd be in the tub, my mom would be washing my hair, and like she'd be like, just like going at it, and then my head would be going back and forth all crazy, and then she'd be like, use your neck muscles, hold your head in place, and for some reason I'm traumatized, and so now when I get a haircut, I can't hold my head straight. It's weird. And they always have to stop and readjust my head.
That is a hilarious visual. Well, I took my
It's like,
son,
what's wrong with your head right now?
My mom traumatized me. I'm traumatized.
I took my son, and I think he was like 13 years old, and he had long hair. And I took him he decided he was starting school, decided he just wanted to get it cut off. I said, all right. And so the lady, he sits down and she said, I'll get you back to looking at a boy. And I was like, oh no, you didn't just say that.
Right?
Like,
That's so mean.
I didn't know what to say. I couldn't respond. I wanted to just say, come on, Charles, we're leaving right now. But anyway.
Come
So
on, Charles.
It'd have been better if his name was like Stacy or Shannon.
Right.
All right. You know what? You don't call my son a girl. Let's go, Stacy.
just change it to Charlotte or a good twist to the story.
Oh man.
That's
Gosh.
awesome. So,
So
Kathy,
where are
where
you
are you
guys based
from?
now?
Well, we're still in the California. We were in Tracy, and now we're in Modesto, which is like an hour away
Oh,
or
my
so.
aunt lived
Not
in
too much.
Modesto.
Oh,
Oh,
really?
rad.
Yeah.
Nice. Are you still in DC? Are you in DC? No, you're not in DC, right? You're just in
Yeah, I'm in
Virginia.
Richmond,
You're in
Virginia.
Richmond, Virginia. Okay,
Yeah.
where are you from?
I grew up in Williamsburg, Virginia.
Okay, nice, nice.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's cool.
I've
Virginia.
written a book, a memoir that includes Williamsburg stuff. Um, one of the wild memories that I have, we lived very well. We could see William and Mary Hall from our house, and I was 13 years old. Walked out the front door, and I said, "Mom, is the circus in town?" There's all these hippies and tie-dyes in the woods, and I had never seen anything like it. And she said, "No, the Grateful Dead is playing William and Mary Hall." And I had no idea who the Grateful Dead were. I didn't know what was happening. But the story is that they scheduled the Dead to play on Parents' Weekend, which was very bad planning for a smart place like William and Mary. And the Deadheads went up and ate the food that was set out for the parents. So they were banned from ever playing William and Mary Hall ever again.
That
Wow.
was bad timing.
Oh,
Yes.
wow. We're just hungry. Oh, wow.
But yeah, I mean, small town living. I was ready to get out. I needed more happening. Um, so I just up and moved to Richmond.
Okay, nice. Did you get
Yeah.
into the writing stuff when you were young?
I always loved to write, and my mom was a beautiful writer. She took creative writing classes. Yeah, I definitely inherited my love of writing from her. And so I used to fool around with it, but I never really took it seriously. And then I just thought, I'm gonna write a memoir. I've got stories um and you know, I really enjoy humor writing, so that was the approach to that book. And then I don't really know how I got into comedy. It was during the pandemic. I was working at home, and then I stumbled upon, I guess, on social media, something about online comedy. And I thought, that might be a lot of fun. And I think I checked out TJM initially was
Okay,
what I
yeah.
was and enjoyed it. I enjoyed it a lot. So I just started doing that. Um, I like comedy writing, so I could just jot down ideas and um, it's fun, but there's nothing like in person.
Oh, yeah. I
The
Yeah.
agree.
energy from
That
that is
instant, yeah, the energy and the instant feedback. It's amazing. Um,
yeah,
was your memoir the first book that you wrote?
yeah.
That's pretty amazing just to go straight into that. How long did that take you?
Well, it took all told about 4 years. And it's funny because I voraciously read like the great writers and their writing advice. And Stephen King has written a book called On Writing, and it's fabulous.
Oh,
And
interesting. So it's like a almost like a behind the scenes writer's book for writers.
it's for writers about writing,
Wow.
and it
I didn't know
was
he did
so
that.
helpful. I thought I was a good writer, and then I learned so much.
Yeah.
And he was like, "It shouldn't take you longer than 3 months to write your book." And I'm like, "All
Cool.
right, well, how about 3 years minus work days, minus sleeping at night?
Yeah, right,
Let's
exactly.
call
I
it
know
3 months."
Stephen
Even
King,
though,
Stephen King could just sit down and focus on a book and he doesn't have any other, I mean,
yeah,
maybe he does, but he doesn't have to go to like a 9 to 5. He doesn't have
right,
to like,
exactly.
go to PTA
Although
meetings
I
or
did get
whatever.
some writing in at the job, but so yeah, and I've got an offer from a publisher. And it was pretty, I put a lot out there, so it's a little terrifying when you do that. But I actually, so I decided to write another book, work stories. And my coworkers back in the day were like, somebody's got to write a book about this, and nobody's
Yeah.
going to believe it. But it's like, it's the you can't make this shit up kind of book.
I love
And
it.
I had the
Nice.
idea, and I was procrastinating and not getting the writing done. And then actually when I quit drinking, I was like, all right, I'm ready. And so I wrote a work story book, and it really is like you just can't make this shit up. Um, so we'll see. It's still being edited, added to, but that's the thing that Stephen King said. He said work stories really resonate with people because they can relate.
Yeah, they're
Um,
relatable. Yeah.
Absolutely.
and it's really easy to fit in the humor uh,
Oh yeah.
when you're talking work stories. The weird people that you would never hang out with that provide total entertainment. Like, I would never be hanging out with this person, or some people that you really enjoy hanging out with. Um, but but there's just always, I mean, The Office was hugely funny and great, and it's kind of that it's in that genre for sure.
Yeah.
Is work stories like excuse me, is work stories like stories that you've experienced, or is it like
Yeah.
just kind of like, okay, that's awesome.
Yeah, from like the first job that I applied to, I was 14 years old, and it was at the Scotland House, this highfalutin Scottish shop in Colonial Williamsburg. And I was very nervous, and the application said salary desired, and I couldn't think of how to spell wage. And I put minimum WEDGE wedge.
No.
And I didn't get the job. Shocking. But
Shocking.
I've got the work stories from crazy waitressing days to
Wow.
23 years working on child abuse cases. There's nothing funny about that, but it's the people that I worked with and the crazy things that happened that is the humor in that story. Um,
Oh, that's really respectful. I
Yeah,
appreciate
that
that.
is awesome. That is awesome. And then back to the first book. I'm sorry. What is your memoir called? What's the name of your book, and where
it's
is it
called
available?
Wacky on the Junk, which is it's sort of so I the title is inspired by a David Letterman skit. I was hugely
Oh
into Letterman.
wow.
I stayed up late. Um, and he had this one skit where he asked random people questions like, where are you from? What do you do for a living? And then he ended it with, are you wacky on the junk? And the responses were, of course, hilarious. Most people are like, what are you talking about? And this one guy just shook his head like, oh yeah, I'm wacky on the junk. And so it became a thing with my husband and me. We'd be like, he's wacky on the junk, or and so I decided on that title because, and this doesn't make it sound interesting, but the whole point of the book was how I grew up eating like the craziest, junkiest food ever on the planet, and it really affected me. And how I was able to get my mental health together just through like really clean eating. And it was kind of life changing for me. So I don't really talk that much about that in the book, but that's ultimately the reason that I wrote the book. because there's not a lot of good solutions for people with mental health issues. There are good solutions out there, but a lot of people struggle and don't really find um, that it helps as much as they need it to. So yeah, wacky on the junk.
That's awesome. Where is it available?
Oh, it's like Amazon available. And yeah, like I worked for this one attorney. I was a paralegal, and she's like, "Oh," and it's just like this prudish, very religious, nice lady, but she was so excited I was getting a book published. She said, "What's the name of the book? Where can I find your book? I want to read it when it's released." And I said, "Yeah, I'll get that information to you because at some point." And I totally didn't tell her.
Oh.
Like, I mean, there's like an LSD story in this book, and she would not get that. And there were
Yeah,
like
right.
colleagues of my dad that probably read the book, and I wanted to put some kind of disclaimer like, I'm not glorifying. This is just part of my life. I've had some LSD experiences, and they're less than boring.
That would
So,
make me want to read
That
there's
would.
there's a few of those in there. And yeah, I never told that lady how to find my book. And it's in my maiden name, so she wouldn't be able to like look me up. Because hopefully, or
Oh, that's
maybe,
cool. Maiden name is your pen name.
yeah, yeah,
Interesting. And that way it's kind of undercover, but it's also kind of not.
right. But I also felt like, well, for a memoir, like I should use my maiden name because it's a lot of family stories. I grew up in a pretty big family, and um,
Yeah.
there's a lot of family stories. I tend to think about David Sedaris because I
I
do
love
like his
him.
writing a lot, and he grew up in a big family, and he's got family stories that are pretty funny.
Oh
So,
yeah, totally. I love his book, Me Talk Pretty One Day.
yeah, yeah.
That one's a great
I,
one.
I
I
saw
was
him
laughing
speak.
so hard.
I saw him speak live in Richmond, and he's great. And he was wearing these culottes, these big old culottes, and I thought that is perfect.
Yeah.
If I ever speak, I would love to do that, but I can't steal it from Sedaris. So
Have you
I
had
act-
any, I don't know, this might be a weird question because you're like an independent book writer, but have you had any experiences like with people buying the book from you or like getting you to sign it or just interesting questions about it or anything like that?
well, my former boss, we were very close, and she's an avid reader, and she was so excited, and so I got some books from the publisher, and she was one of the first that I gave it to. We were actually at the courthouse. I used to have to go to the courthouse to file something. She was there.
You can't
And
take a
I
book
said, I
that's
brought your
incriminating into a
book.
courthouse. I'm sorry, I
Yeah.
interrupted you.
I said, I brought your book. And she said, okay, well, you have to say something very nice and sign it. Something very nice about me and sign it. I said, I am so not surprised that you just said that. Um, And I did have a book signing party, and some folks came over, and I read from it. And
Oh
um,
That's
wow.
wonderful.
so, actually, there was, she's a child abuse doctor at MCV Hospital, and she's an expert in she's like an angel on earth, and I would call her to appear at court hearings 2 days in advance because they set the hearings really quickly, and she would drop everything and come and put on the most amazing testimony. But anyway, she was a member of a book club, and she's like, "I'm coming to your party," and she showed up, and that was really neat. But she was also another one like, I hope you get the LSD stories. Um, maybe I should, warn people. Like
You
most
just
people that
block
I
out.
know reading it don't care, but
You can just
it's kind of
redact a whole
weird.
bunch of lines. Like just put black lines over some lines you don't want people to read.
Yeah. I made you, your redacted copy of the book.
Here- Here's your version.
Yeah,
Please don't look at
but
this book anywhere else.
right. So yeah, I wish that my parents had been alive. My mom would have been so proud. But
Yeah, yeah. I love that your mom was like one of your biggest inspirations to become a writer.
oh yeah, she was a wonderful woman.
Did
She
she has
wrote
she
she
written
wrote an
anything that you
incredibly for this class she took, she had an interview with our neighbor who
okay.
taught German at the high school I attended. And so her dad was in Germany one of the first people to warn people about Hitler. And he worked for a
Wow.
newspaper, and he was one of the, if not the very first person that Hitler had killed. And so she and her siblings and mom were visiting her grandma, and a family friend said, "You can't go home. They've killed your father." And so the friend had an arrangement with with the board guards into Switzerland, and were able to sneak into Switzerland and lived there for years. And she came to the U.S. and made a life for herself. But it's really interesting.
Wow.
Wow. That is
Yeah,
crazy.
Connie Sherman.
That
Yep.
is wild.
That interview is so interesting. I mean, she talks about all this background of Hitler, and it's wild. But so yeah, uh, yep,
That is
Wow.
so rad.
That is really cool. That's awesome. I mean, what a life, you know?
Right?
yeah.
We take for
How
granted a
can
lot of our lifestyles.
We do. And then like she lost her father and had to flee for her life, and she was able to come to the US and
Yeah.
make a better life for her kids, essentially, like
yeah?
for
No,
you.
she was really angry with her father that he spoke out because he knew what the consequences could be. So
Yeah.
she really dealt with a lot of anger with that. But um,
Well, hopefully the writing helped her with that.
yeah.
Well,
So
that's cool. So it's crazy because I've never really seen like this side of you, the writer side of you, and I really like it. How
oh, cool.
does
Thanks.
and you said you started doing comedy during the pandemic. Like, how does being like a writer help you with like comedy? I mean, I know how it helps you, but like, how does it help you specifically?
Um, well, I definitely write out some bits,
Yeah,
and and when I did the live comedy, I was able to memorize my bit because I really don't like referring to notes. I mean, I
yeah.
understand it, and you know, it's fine when people do that, but I just really didn't want to. And so, well, writing it is kind of the first step in like really remembering it. And so I just, I will write out a bit. I've got a couple big notebooks filled.
Wow, that's
And then
cool.
really, I mean, if nothing else, I'll maybe use some bullet points, but then I'm able to formulate it the way that I want it formulated.
Yeah.
Um, and instead of just winging it. I mean, I've winged comedy before, but it can be
Yeah, I think we all have to our detriment sometimes.
yeah. So it is how, and I just it's good for me too because I'm writing, and that's always good. I try and
Right,
write
because it keeps that muscle going.
Yep.
yeah. So just like my husband's playing music all the time. He's a band
Oh,
slut.
that's lovely.
No, it is. I like it very much. Fortunately, I like the music he plays. So,
Well, that's good. I mean, if you didn't like it, that could be a bad thing, but that's
yeah,
good.
that would be weird.
My husband plays music, but I can't stand it. I have
We were
earplugs.
talking with a
He's a
friend
rapper.
and it came up he's been playing music a long time and years ago he played in a band that had the Indian from the Village People played with them.
Oh,
Wow,
Yeah.
wow.
that's crazy.
And he had all these stories. He was a character. He was a total character. And I think he was actually the member that sort of formed the group and just formed their whole shtick that they did. Um,
That's
Interesting. He was like the brains
wild.
behind the operation.
yeah, and he found these old photos because he's also a camera geek and found a couple photos of that guy. It's, it was pretty wild.
That must have been fun to hear those stories. I think that's one of the things that I love most about meeting people is
Yeah,
hearing like stories that they've been through and their experiences and stuff because you never know. People are walking around with the coolest stories and you wouldn't
yeah,
even know unless you asked.
right. I know. I love that. I mean, much to my husband's chagrin, I love talking to strangers. And I can't help myself. We each have our things that we can't stand, but we just, hey, we have our stuff and we just put up with it. But I'll be in line at the grocery store and I'm like, yeah, the news makes me want to become a cave dweller in Spain. My husband's just, no, you didn't just say that to a complete stranger. Yeah, I did. I did. Um, and it's honest. That's how I feel.
Yeah, yeah, it is. It really is. I'm
Bats.
I'm the
That's,
outgoing one too in our relationship. Like I'll just make conversations with complete strangers and just kind of blow her mind a little bit
It
sometimes.
blows my mind only because the way he engages them and the way they talk to him, it sounds like they've known each other for a long time.
yeah.
And that's
And
what blows my mind.
that's when it's perfect.
Yeah.
That's the best.
Yeah,
And
I've
it
gotten that my
happens
whole
a lot
life.
at concerts. You're like hanging
Mm,
out and strangers are next to you, and it's like you just end up finding out about,
yeah,
their
especially
long lost.
somewhere where you have things in common with people, like you said, a concert or like a sporting event.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
guys will have a common interest at that point.
Mhm.
You and the stranger. Just don't take candy and don't get into any vans.
Well, my
Unless you want a
daughter
really
that
good book to write.
exactly. My daughter that's having a baby, she and her husband like they just randomly told me that they're super into WrestleMania. Like,
Oh my
Oh,
all right.
wow. That's
gosh.
cool.
And I
Yeah.
thought, I bet that is really entertaining. I mean, I could never imagine or would never consider doing that, but um so yeah, I was shopping for Christmas for them and I found a vintage Hulk Hogan doll. And I'm like, they
Like a
need
wrestle
this
buddy or like an action figure?
action
Like,
figure. It's
okay,
like pretty
nice.
big, like
Oh
I don't
wow.
know,
Is it
10
like a
inches.
stuffed animal?
No, it's like
Okay,
plastic.
nice.
And
That's rad.
That is.
I
so
hope they like it.
Hopefully
yeah,
they keep it because I mean, of course I'll keep it, but hopefully it goes up in value because he passed away July or something. Like
July
yeah.
24th.
oh
Azura's
dang, oh
birthday.
dang.
My daughter's birthday.
Wow. But yeah, we
They're all Hulk Hogan clearance.
so we were in Mexico and came back the day before the shit went down.
Yeah, I saw on Facebook that you did go to Mexico, and I was thinking that you had really good timing because it's crazy there now.
It is. And my sister and her husband were there for another week. And
Oh
I'm
my
like,
god.
okay. I mean, they said they were like 900 miles away from, you know, they weren't worried about their safety whatsoever. But, um, I'm like, yeah, well, I've never been in a situation, shocking, where the leader of a drug cartel was killed. I don't really know what's going to happen. Are they going to have
Exactly. That's
Yeah.
so
parties? Because
scary.
Mexico loves to party. No, I guess their
And
party
what's the
is different.
we had a friend who was in Mexico, I guess for a wedding or something, and she got caught in it. And she was,
Wow.
I don't know how close she was to it, but it seemed like she was pretty close. And then she had to like stay there for a couple extra days and lay low.
Mhm.
And then she got a flight
Wow.
out of Mexico and came home.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's definitely really scary. But my so I wasn't drinking, but everyone I was with was drinking. I'm like, I don't care. You have at it, have at it. And my brother-in-law, he's like, well, I brought gummies, and I'm like, okay, let me get this straight. You went to UVA, you're not a dummy. Have you ever seen the movie Midnight Express?
Midnight
Because
Express.
maybe
I don't think so.
bringing gummies across the border isn't the best idea. But
Yeah,
since you
maybe.
mentioned it, I'll take a gummy. You can give me a gummy.
But since you have them, I mean, we do need to get rid of them
Since you
before they
have
leave.
them,
They're already here.
Let
I'll
me help
take
you
one of
hide
your
the evidence.
illegal border crossing gummies.
Let's hide the evidence in my stomach.
Right. That's so crazy.
How
Well,
was Mexico?
hmm,
How was your time in Mexico?
it was really good. We did Mexico City, saw some pyramids,
Wow.
saw really
Wow.
good museums. They've got a great anthropology museum. Um, I wouldn't want to live there. The traffic is just out of control.
Oh, wow. Interesting. Like Mexico City, like the big city,
Yeah,
not the
but
traffic.
it's a beautiful city. I learned a lot about it. When it was built, they drained a lake to build Mexico City. And
Wow. I did not
I'm
know
like,
that.
where were the engineers when you came up with this plan? Um, and pretty much ever since then, it's been sinking, not like
Whoa.
obviously not at a hugely fast rate, but it does sink. And that also increased the risks of earthquakes because they have a good number of earthquakes there. There's some scientific
Oh.
reason, but yeah. So, um, but it was, oh, the people are just so amazingly kind and lovely. And then I would say, I'm really sorry that I don't know how to speak Spanish. And they would just look at me and smile and nod their head. They had no idea what I was saying. Um, but I did, honestly, I felt so bad about like I could have taken a crash course. I knew a little bit, but you know, um, yeah, it was cool. And then we went to San Miguel, and that's a neat little city. There was a carnival celebration when we were
Ooh.
there. and mariachi bands all around. And this couple got married, in the town square. People meet up, and it's really lovely. So, yeah.
I don't know a lot of Spanish myself, but if I was ever in Mexico, I do know enough to find a beer and a bathroom.
Wow, those are top tier right
Baño.
there. Yes,
Where's the
Priority.
baño?
exactly.
I associated that with banjo. That's how I remembered.
Oh, that yeah. I mean, that's smart.
Yeah.
That's probably your writing history too, like associating another word with another word to like remember it better.
Yeah.
Yep.
I
Yep.
have a
Yep.
lot of memorization problems when I'm on stage. Do you have
Yeah.
any advice for that?
Um, well, I mean, the association definitely helps with that.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I find that there's certain words that are more difficult for me to recall. Um, Maybe a word that I don't use very often. Um, and maybe just you know, putting some focus on that word and associating so that the recall comes a little easier. And notes are never a bad thing,
Yeah.
you
I
know.
like to I stare at my jokes for like 15-20 minutes before I go on stage, and then I put, I don't look at them when I'm on stage, but I try my hardest to always memorize them before I go on.
Yeah, I do too. But it's easier said than done. I mean, some people
Yeah.
have that gift, and it comes a little harder for me.
It's
Um,
crazy because I'll watch like a professional stand-up comic, right, doing like an hour, doing maybe more than an hour, and
yeah.
they're just flawless and
Oh,
they
I
never run
know.
out of things to say. And I'm just
Yeah.
like, I don't know if I could memorize an hour worth of stuff for a special. I'll have
I
to do
was, that's
intermission.
weird you brought that up. I was just thinking that. One of my favorite comedians is Kathleen Madigan, and
Oh, she's great.
she does a solid hour and she's flawless. I mean, I have mad respect for that. I mean, I've done some 10-minute mics and I'm like, all right, I gotta up the game.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, and I mean, I'm sure if you put the work in, but I don't know if everyone is really made out to do that.
Hmm.
That's tough.
Yeah, I had trouble last night doing like a 15-minute set. And I'm just kind of out of practice a little bit though. So if the muscle was tighter, I probably wouldn't have had a problem. But sometimes it happens and I just felt like all dumb.
Yeah. And that happens. And I think anyone, at least who, um, appreciates comedy, realizes that, and it's
Hmm.
not a big deal. It's just part of it. It's like a band. So they have some off nights and some great ones, and
Yeah, that's very true. That's very true.
Yeah,
so
comedy is very like, I feel like comedy is consistent in the idea of you can bomb one night and then the next night kill and then bomb again right
yeah,
after.
exactly.
Comedy is
Exactly.
consistent in that it's never consistent.
Correct.
Yep. It's fun. I've I have been there's been maybe just a couple times where I've left a mic. There's and that's another hard one, where to draw the line. But there's certain offensive things that I just have a
Oh
really
yeah.
tough time with. And and that's just it's bound to happen here and there. Um,
Yeah. With those people, I say you just let them dig their own grave, kind of, and like
yeah,
they will learn that what they say makes people uncomfortable and not, and because there is the difference between uncomfortable laughter and humorous laughter, and a lot of people go for those uncomfortable laughs, even though it's not like what you should be thriving for as a comedian. And I
Yeah.
think that they're going to learn that, but they're just trying to be shocking right now.
Yeah.
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 But
But
then also, when I hear people talking about like doing stuff to kids or whatever, I'm sitting there going, you thought of that and you said it.
right. No, I go down a deep hole with dark humor. I mean, I appreciate dark humor
I do
very
too, right?
much.
But it has to be funny.
But yeah, and it
Mhm.
can't be at the expense, you know.
Yeah,
Or
yeah, yeah.
it's a hard territory to navigate. Um, but yeah, sometimes I have thoughts and I'm like, there's just no way that I could say that out loud.
I've had jokes like that too. Yeah. And I think as far as like dark comedy or even like just comedy over things you shouldn't talk about, I think there's a fine line between um if it's funnier than it is riskier, right? And a lot of
Yeah,
times it's not.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah. And, I mean, there's wildly popular comedians that, I just it's not for me. And I remember someone at the publisher that I was working closely with, she said, I mean, everybody receives things in a different way. We were
Mhm.
specifically
Oh,
talking about my book, but
yeah.
and she said, uh, the reader every reader has a different way that they receive things. And some people might think something's funny and others don't. And, it's okay. I mean, that's just how it is. Some
That's
people,
true, yeah.
you know,
And the same thing
like
goes with
the
offensive
raunchier,
material.
the better,
Yeah. Yeah.
um, but certainly during these times, comedy is a welcome relief.
We did this bar show. This is a couple years ago, and everybody that was before me was filthy and disgusting on stage, and the crowd was just hooping and hollering. And my jokes are like clean little like play on words. I do like
Yeah.
fun little like oh blah blah blah. And I'm just like oh my gosh, these people are gonna hate me. And I went up there with that mindset, and I just crashed and burned. It was one of my worst sets I ever did.
Oh, yeah, it's human. It's bound to happen, and it's
Yeah.
not pleasant when it does. But
No, it's a learning experience though.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Absolutely.
But that's what I think is like important about comedy is I've seen it so many times where people are like, you got to do comedy like this, you got to do it like this,
Mm-hmm.
you got to do it like this. Well, if we all did it the same way, there wouldn't be diversity in comedy at all.
exactly, exactly. I totally agree. And I've seen some just really, really funny folks. There's always new people doing Zoom mics, and it can be tons of fun. Um,
Yeah,
so
it can be.
it's just a good break. You know, for a number of years, I lied to myself that I'm gonna quit watching the news. And so now I've really gotten to the point where there might be a check-in once a day. But I've have replaced news with getting creative. I've gotten really into collage, and
Nice.
it's a lot of fun. And just doing lots of cooking, and I'm just doing yard work and spending time trying to do feel good things because if you go down the rabbit hole, and I've got a lot of friends on social media that are
Yeah,
understandably very troubled about what's going on, but you know,
that's kind of
you've
what the powers that be want though right now is for people to
yeah,
be troubled and confused.
yeah.
Yeah,
So I
yeah.
just try and choose a path that's not going to be quite as stressful because I don't need that.
Good. Yeah, I think us too. I mean, I pay attention to it a little bit much, but I think that we also try to like just live and just do our best and just kind of try to, you know,
Yeah.
go
I mean,
beyond that, I
there
guess.
was always this like, okay, I know I shouldn't visit the news, but what the fuck is going on now? You know,
Right.
it's like this weird need to know, but then you're like, well, could have done without knowing that.
Well, I'm glad that you replaced that with being creative and making
Yeah, it's
things
fun. I love
and
collage. It's a lot of fun.
what kind of collages have you made? Like family
Um,
members and stuff, or
I did one that actually my mom was a musician. Both my parents were musicians, and
oh
Oh
wow.
wow.
And then you
she
married a musician.
she wrote a piano arrangement to the Psalm, PSALM, the Psalm of Life. And so that was sort of my beginning point. I put a partial copy of that with the title and the music notes. And then I worked around that. And I could actually show it to you. Do you want to see it?
Yeah,
Sure,
that
yeah.
sounds
It's
beautiful.
only audio, so we nobody else will be able to see it, but we would like to.
Yeah. Well, I just have to grab it. My
Sounds good.
son also, I had a collage party on New Year's Day.
Oh, that sounds
Wow.
fun.
It's
You
really
put a bunch
fun.
of like magazines on the table and all
Yeah, I
glued.
put books. I've got all these cheap books and I got, you know, all these craft supplies and I had everything
You
all
should do
set
that.
out. And I mean, it's a thing where you don't have to be good. You can just,
Right.
um,
I never thought of a collage party though. That does sound pretty exciting. I guess not exciting, but fun.
well,
Yes.
it's just, it's
It sounds
really
exciting
fun.
for me.
It's a really fun thing to do. And, you're just hanging out with your friends and it's just a
Yes.
lot better than, um, you know, s- looking at the negative things that are happening.
Yeah, no,
Other
that's
thing
definitely
I've
true.
been doing is making prayer flags for friends, and
Oh,
I'm
that's
having a lot of
cute.
fun with that too. Um,
What is a prayer flag?
well, it's sort of like a crazy quilt kind of thing. I just take
Okay.
fabric and it's sort of collagey, and then I write, some kind of message
Oh, okay.
That's so
like
That is
sweet.
peace
really
or
awesome.
be brave or um this might be a clusterfuck situation we're in, but keep on keeping on, positive thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds
But
like my
this is the
prayers.
collage that I made.
Oh, nice.
Wow.
Wow.
Oh, I love the lotus flower.
Yeah.
That's
That is really
awesome.
cool.
And then my son made a collage. This is his collage.
Oh, wow.
Oh wow, that doesn't look like a collage. It looks like a piece of art, like a
A
Yeah.
painting.
painting. Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it's nice.
That's rad. I think
I used to
channeling.
do a lot of art and I didn't for a long time. So it's nice to get back into it.
Yeah.
Art is like one of the best ways to channel that like anxious energy or
Totally.
just to like enlighten yourself to like kind of get yourself in a higher state. I feel
Yeah.
like that's like one of the best ways to combat the like triggering of fight or flight with the news that
Yeah.
happens.
It's very meditative for sure.
Absolutely.
That's,
Yeah. Well,
my
Kathy,
husband.
is there anything in 2026 going forward that you're hoping to accomplish or to manifest into your life? Any goals?
Um, definitely more activity. I used to go for walks, but now it's going to be a daily thing if, if it's not pouring down rain. Um, Getting a lot more walking in. We've got some great trails around here. Um, that's probably the biggest goal because I just couldn't believe how worn out I was from lots and lots of walking. It was quite pathetic. And so, and just you know, just keep on keeping on. I'm
That's
just
awesome. I don't know if you have like a step counter or something like that, but that definitely makes walking feel like you've accomplished something.
oh yeah. I used to have one. I need to find it because that does.
Yeah, it does. It makes you go like, oh, because if you just walk, then you're like, oh, I walked, whatever. But if you count the steps, then you're like, you have something to like actually look at, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome,
So, how about
awesome.
you guys?
Um, More stage time, definitely. I want to get back. I really want to just put my face out there more. I want to like not be so, I don't want to say lazy, but I kind of do want to say lazy and get to more open mics and just, make myself more of a presence because we're in a pretty big comedy scene, but it's very like out of sight, out of mind. And I'd rather be in minds.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, well, that's good.
Yeah, yeah.
Be interested to hear how it goes.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much for joining us, Kathy. It's been
Yes,
super fun
thank
Thanks so
talking
much
to
for
you.
you.
having me.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll have to get together sometime and do like an online mic or something. That'd be great.
Heck
I would
yeah.
love that.
Yeah.
Please let me know.
We will. We'll let you know if we do. Absolutely.
Great to
Do
see
you
you
want to
guys.
do you want to plug your social media or anything?
Just, I've got a website. Do you want me to just tell you what
Yeah,
it's
go for
Yeah,
it.
you promote it. That's cool.
It's Kathy and then hyphen Varner, VARNER um .com.
Nice. Are your books going to be available there?
I think I linked to
Okay.
my first book and then we'll see what happens with the latest.
Yeah.
Uh
That was
Yeah.
still a work in progress.
it's
Yeah.
still, a work in progress and we'll see if I can offer um but yeah, and there's some other writings that I've done, just a few that I've submitted online that are included. I did some interviews with Richmond musicians that are really interesting.
Oh, that's
Rad.
cool. Awesome.
So
I would love to talk about that sometime too. So we'll have to come back to this,
yeah,
but that's
it's
awesome.
so interesting. But
You can find you can
it's
find
so
me.
nice.
Oh, sorry.
Hmm. Oh, you go ahead.
Oh no, go ahead. Go ahead.
I forget.
Oh, okay. Well, I was gonna say you can find me at Funky Sam Medina across the board.
And I'm at She Shines for You, all spelled out, no numbers.
Awesome, Kathy. Thank you so much.
Hey, thank you. It's so lovely to see you guys.
Likewise.